Hi, I'm Wire. Welcome to Wireworks. Hey everybody, Wire here. This is part 4 of the Pilot T510 AM, standard broadcast shortwave radio. I'm going to finish this up in this chapter here, or this part. This is the. Fortunately, this thing came apart. It unscrews and all comes apart. I really do like the way they built this radio. It'll go back together pretty much well like this. This will go on the top like that. Okay. Basically, that's what that is. So what I'm going to do is sand this up. I fixed that crack, I JB welded it. What I'm going to do is sand this down, try to get that flat, and we're going to spray paint this. I tried to match the paint the same color as this. It's going to be, it's an ivory color, but it's a little lighter than this. But I think this color here was much brighter when it was new. I think the yellow in is from age. So let me get some sandpaper here and we can start working on this. Okay, we're all done this top. It's a little bit proud on the top. It's sticking up just maybe 1,000th of an inch, 2,000th of an inch more than what the surface of this top of the cabinet is. I started to sand a little bit down here, and you're starting to see the crack again. I really didn't want the crack to show on this. I'd much rather just be just a little bit a little bit more higher than with the rest of the cabinet. Once it gets painted, you're not really going to tell. But it turned out really, really nice. So I'm not a body guy, so it is what it is. But I think it'll turn out real nice. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray paint this. I'm going to do that off camera. I got to take this outside, and it's been raining off and on today. And it's probably really not a good day to spray paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bottom of the cabinet first. And next time you see this, it'll be all put together. And then later on in the video, we're going to start testing these caps that we pulled out of here, and see what's wrong with them, if they're shorts or they're open or whatever, on the capacitor tester that we did a couple months ago. So I'll be back. Before we come back, I wanted to show you what color we're going to go with. I don't know if you can see the difference in that. This is called Heirloom White Satin Finish. It's kind of close to it. It's a little bit brighter than what this is, but like I said, this is mostly yellowed from age. So we're going to go with this. I'm pretty sure it's going to look real nice. So we'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm back. I thought we would test some of these capacitors while we're waiting for the paint to dry. Well, here's the capacitors that we took out of there. Now I did test them, not on this, with an ohm meter as I was taking them out, and I didn't get any shorts or opens on these when I tested them when they were still in the radio. So let's see if it's any different on this here. This does test opens, shorts, and leakage. The only downside to this, it doesn't test for leakage on regular capacitors. It's just electrolytics. I've already thrown the electrolytic one away that I took out, and I should have kept it. I'm probably going to upgrade from this unit and get me an ICO 950 that tests leakage in all capacitors. So let's I've got it on. It's been on for about 10 minutes now, warming up, because this is tube driven. So we're going to test for shorts and leakage. I mean shorts and opens on this. So let's take this. This is a 0.2 microfarad paper capacitor, and you have to hook it to the blue and the red. I mean the blue and the black leads. Okay, it's set for open, so it's good. So there's no opens, but it's on the downside of the scale. So there really is no opens on this. And it tests good for shorts, so this is probably a good capacitor. Now as far as leakage is concerned, I'm pretty sure it's leaking because of the age of it. Let's try another one. This is a 0.05 microfarad. Okay, this tests good on shorts, so there's no shorts. Now it's on the low side of the opens. I mean, it's not completely open, but with it being on the low side over here of good, that tells me it is leaking. Let's try another one. Let's try this, what is this? A 0.01. Okay, as you can see, it's on the low side of open, telling me that it is leaking. There's no shorts in it. So this machine here is verifying what I tested when the capacitors were in the unit itself. Let's try this here. There's no shorts in this, and this here is a 0.01 microfarad capacitor. Here again, it's on the low side of good, indicating to me that it is leaking. You know what? Let's test this one here. Okay, this is on the low side of open again. Pretty sure this is leaking too. I don't see the light. Shorts. It's not shorted out. Like I said, all these tested fairly decent when they were in the unit. Unfortunately, I can't test for leakage on these kind of capacitors. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I mean when a capacitor is leaking. When a capacitor breaks down and starts to leak, it doesn't really leak anything. It's leaking electricity. It's letting electricity go through. And what happens when it starts doing that, it kind of turns into a resistor. So I'm going to show you what, this is the 0.05 600 volt capacitor. If you can see, there's a 11 mega ohm resistance in that. It's going down, but it's acting like a resistor. And we really don't want these acting like resistors or capacitors. Let's try another one. Let's see what let's try this one that tested real good. As you can see, this is about 6 mega ohm. You know, let's flip it around here. As you can see, it thinks it's a resistor. So all these are leaking. It should get a little resistance when you put a little bit of electricity to it, but it should go right down to 0. And these aren't doing that. So we're going to trash these. And I want to give, probably give these cabinet one more coat of spray paint, and I'll be back, and the thing should be together by then. Okay, here she is. She's all done. Let's turn her on. I got her hooked up. It's about 5:30 here. I don't know if we're going to get any shortwave. I really don't have it on a long antenna, but we'll give it a shot. It's a standard broadcast.
Ship show, who even thought? Listen to this. I'm the Iowa Democratic Party chairman. I'm engaged again.
And we're getting like a ton of stations here. Stations only go up to about 1400 AM here in the Baltimore area.
It changes everything.
The cabinet turned out really well. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see where the protrusion here in the top of the case. I don't know if I'm going to work on it anymore. I'm pretty happy with the way it is. Maybe down the road I might mess with it. As far as the dial glass, I went to Radio Days website. They didn't have a dial glass for it, but they did have the back panel to this, so I ordered that. I ordered that 2 days ago. I'm waiting for that to come in. But like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. It works. I really don't like getting these perfect. I like getting them to where they're restored somewhat and they're working. They look their age. Let's try shortwave, see what's down there. Yeah, I can't pick up anything on shortwave. Like I said, the antenna's not long enough.
Flip their money.
I'm pretty happy with the standard broadcast.
That's
The dial's spot on AM.
secure. This was a codec in one of the pieces on the back.
Like I said, it turned out really well. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Maybe you can see the top. You might not be able to tell. I mean, you really can't tell if you're standing far away from it, but if you're right on top of it, you can see the protrusion of the top of the JB Weld. Like I said, I may sand it down, I might not. I'm pretty happy with the way it is. It's 1,000% better to me than what it was when I got it. It's working. When we started, we only had one station. We had the crack in it. That's pretty much all fixed. And I'm getting a ton of stations, so I'm happy with it. The paint job turned out really nice. I mean, it's a little lighter than what it was, but like I said before, that probably was yellowing from age. But anyway, guys, thanks for sticking with me on this project. I'm sorry it had so many parts to it, but it was just too much to do all at one time. It would have been 2 hours if we went with just one video. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you can, share this with somebody, and I'll catch you guys on the next time. This is Wired Wireworks. See ya. God bless you all.